Hey folks, this is Brandon from Hardtown, USA. Now the reason I'm making this video is because I want to talk about the film Megan is Missing. Now this was a movie that came out back in 2011. Now I was reading online, different opinions. Some people really didn't like this film, they thought it was BS. But it also scared the shit out of a lot of people as well. And I can see why. It's a very tough film to watch, very hard to get through, especially like the last 20-30 minutes, very disturbing. Now the film is about this girl named Megan. She's 14 and her best friend Amy, she's 13. They are totally opposite from each other. Megan is very popular with boys, very popular in school, even popular with girls. But she has a very unhappy home life. She does drugs, she drinks, and she's also very sexually active with more than one person. Amy has a very loving home life, but her only friend is Megan. She has no other friends, and Megan's other friends, they can't stand Amy. Now you can tell that Megan really cares a lot about Amy because she's always wanting Amy to go to parties with her, but nobody wants Amy at these parties. So this one party, she agrees to do sexual favors for this guy, the guy who's hosting the party, if he would let Amy come. And then Amy goes to the party and gets drunk and throws up and pisses everyone off. So Megan is talking to one of her friends one day, and she starts telling her about this guy named Josh. And she even shows Megan his picture. He's a typical Ken-looking guy. She's like, he's really cool, he skates, he does all these cool things, you should hit him up online. Goes by Skater Dude. So Megan does. They start chatting, she's like, let's chat on, Skype. But they don't really call it Skype. I can't remember what they call it, but it's not Skype. He's like, I can't. My little brother broke my webcam. But then he blames it on the dog later on. She's like, fuck, your dog broke it. He's like, well, my brother did, but then the dog finished it off. So they're chatting. They agree to meet at a party. He doesn't show up, or she thinks he doesn't show up. Next day, she's like chewing him out, but he tells her, like, I was there. She's like, if you were there, what was I wearing? He's like, tells her exactly what it is she was wearing. She's like, why didn't you say anything? I'm very shy, you're very pretty. She thinks this is cute. But they agreed to meet later on. Megan agrees to meet this guy back behind a diner, parking lot. So she goes to meet him. Megan disappears. Now the whole town is looking for Megan. Amy's in a panic. She's asking all of Megan's friends that they talk to her. They're like, go away, we don't have anything to do with you. They treat Amy like shit. They blame her for Megan being missing and all kind of crazy stuff. Well, Amy starts chatting with Josh. He's like, yeah, she didn't show up, I waited for her. She's like, that doesn't make any sense. But then he starts kind of flirting with Amy. Telling her how pretty she is. Well, she's not buying it. She's too worried about his rent. But then he turns on her. He's like, you're really ugly. You're fat. Megan, made jokes about you and all this kind of stuff. Now, Amy knows this is not true. Amy ends up going to the police. She tells the police everything she knows about Josh. Well, this pisses Josh off. He starts threatening Amy. Like, you got a big mouth. I'm watching. You need to watch your back. So Amy, starts really putting herself in danger. She keeps searching for Megan. And eventually, she puts her life on the line. Now, I don't want to go into more details because it will ruin the film for you. Although I hate to use that word, ruined. But it would. The story reminds me of this girl that went missing back in 2004 from Lubbock, Texas. Her name was Joanne Rogers. Joanne, 16-year-old girl, she got home from work one night. She told her parents, I'm home from work. I'm going to bed. They were already in bed. Well, the next day they get up. Joanne's gone. A couple years later, the police are interrogating this guy for murdering this woman. They're basically asking him, have you killed anyone else? He's like, yeah, I killed this girl from Lubbock, Texas. Apparently, Joanne met this guy online. She agreed to meet him. So she crawls out a bedroom window and gets in a vehicle with this guy. He ends up killing her. Dumps her body in the dumpster, and she ends up in a landfill. If you have a 14, 15-year-old daughter, you should really let them watch this movie. Because girls that age should not be trying to meet guys online. At least not alone. Because there are a lot of predators out there. And it's a very, very dangerous situation. I think the story is about the first internet serial killer. What was his name? John Edward Robinson. John Edward Robinson was a guy that was a serial killer before, he started killing online. It's just when the popularity of the internet came along, that's where he took his MO. He would meet girls online, enslave them, sexually abuse them, and then kill them. He would encase their body in containers. Sometimes he would bury them. Sometimes he'd just leave them on his property. A very sick individual. He's in prison now, so we can all be, thankful for that. But like I said, if you have a daughter, they should really watch this movie. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Hope I didn't sound too preachy. Take care.